Hi, this is Pat Love with Pat's 2 Cents. Here by request to share my testimony of how I got delivered. Now, some of you guys think that you've been smoking 10 years, 20 years, whatever, and you've got a 1-pack a day, 2-pack a day, 3-pack a day habit. Some just half a pack, but you can't quit. No matter what you do, you can't quit. You're a born-again Christian. What happened to the power in God? Well, let me share with you what happened to me. I had a 15-year cigarette habit. I was at 2 packs a day on the day I got saved in 1981, when cigarettes only cost 65 cents a pack. Yeah, I know. Grandma. Anyway, so I came home, been at church all day long, right? Now, I come home, my next door neighbor drops me off. I come in the house, I have no money, no ride to the store, because after 6, the stores were closed on Sunday nights. So I was in what you would call a quandary. I had a full pack of cigarettes in the house, an empty pocket on the other hand, and no ride to get me to a store that was further away. Ergo, normally we would say I would have to smoke, right? No. Well, what I did was I took up my pack of cigarettes and I was getting ready to give in to temptation. I looked up and I said, well, it doesn't say anywhere in the Bible that thou shalt not smoke. God spoke to me that night. Wasn't audible, but it was right in my head. Just popped right in there. Your body's the temple of God. I knew I lost that argument. But why? Okay. So now I'm trying to figure out. I'm getting ready to negotiate now. So I'm like, okay, Lord, if you don't want me to smoke, I mean, seriously, you really don't want me to smoke, then I'm going to try something I heard them do at church. And if it works, remember, I wasn't raised in church, so all that was foreign to me. So anyway, so I'm with God, and I'm saying, if you don't want me to smoke, really don't want me to smoke, I'm going to try what they do at church. And if it works, then I won't smoke. But if it doesn't work, then I'm going to smoke. So I picked up my cigarettes. I was being real, but I really didn't want to start off playing games. So I took my pack and I said, okay, it's do or die. I'm either going to do this thing all the way or I'm going to half step. And I hated hypocrites. That's what took me so long to get saved. So I said, let me go all the way. So I balled the cigarettes up, and I was scared. I balled the cigarettes up in my hand until it was nothing but crumbs. And I walked over to where wet trash was so that I wouldn't be tempted to go where my zigzags were and roll that tobacco back up. So I dropped all the crumbs. Full pack. It was 19 cigarettes in that bad boy. And I didn't have a pot or a window to go buy one. Go buy another one. So I'm tossing the cigarettes in the trash. And I'm saying while I'm doing this, I rebuke the desire for these cigarettes in the name of Jesus. Let me tell you something. At that very second, I felt something I didn't even know was there. See, the demonic is attached to addictions. I don't care how silly the addiction is. It can be a little imp, but it still keeps them out of torment. Here I am saying those words, tossing them, and at that second, I felt something I didn't even know was there literally jump off my chest. It was like something was sitting on me, and then boop, it was up and off, gone. And guess what? So was the desire for the cigarette. I had no more desire to smoke. It was bizarre because that was the strongest. That's what made me suspicious. That was the strongest desire I ever had to smoke a cigarette in 15 years. That right there made me smell a rat. I felt like I was being tempted, like I had been pounced upon to make me water down my commitment before I even got my foot in real good. My question to you, are you willing to hurt? Are you willing to suffer for God's sake? There are drug addicts, heroin addicts, cocaine addicts that will go to a clinic and suffer, I mean literally agonizingly suffer through withdrawal because they finally put their foot down and they've had enough. Okay? That's for their own sake. But what about you? Are you willing to suffer for God's sake?